Thank you for joining us for this Zoom call today. My name is Sean Werner with the Dubois County Health Department. In the virtual meeting is Dr. Stan Tretter, Chief Medical Officer for Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center, Mayor Dean Vonderheide, City of Jasper, Mayor Denny Spinner, City of Huntingburg, Chad Blessinger, Dubois County Commissioner, Tom Thacker, Town of Holland, Ken Sicard, Town of Ferdinand, Brett Eckert, Town of Birdseye, Dr. Ted Wafflert, Dubois County Health Officer, and Tammy Humpert, Dubois County EMA Director. Today, we would like to share an update on COVID-19 in Dubois County. Unfortunately, today we have reported an additional 16 positive cases in the county. For this week, Saturday to this morning, we have reported 91 additional cases of COVID-19, and sadly, we have reported an additional death this week. These numbers increase our totals to 388 positive cases with 266 patients recovered, 7 deaths, and 3,697 patients tested. Now I would like to turn it over to Dr. Stan Tretter to provide a brief update from Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center.
Thank you, Sean. I'm Dr. Stan Tretter, Chief Medical Officer at Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center. As a regional healthcare facility serving Dubois County, we too have concerns about the increased number of COVID-19 cases throughout the last week. We have seen a significant increase in the number of symptomatic patients requiring testing and also have seen more hospitalizations due to COVID-19. As you may know, Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center continues to see patients that are having symptoms of COVID-19, both at our urgent care center in Huntingburg and in the emergency department of our main campus for those who require emergent care. In addition, OptumServe is testing patients both with and without symptoms of COVID-19. All of these facilities have noticed the impact in the last week of the increased need for testing. As your healthcare system in Dubois County, we appreciate the leaders on this call and their commitment to keeping our community safe. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Ken Sicard.
Thank you, Dr. Tretter. My name's Ken Sicard. I'm the Town Council President for the Town of Ferdinand. We're going to now go through the joint proclamation. It's going to be signed by, or it has been signed by Mayor Dean Vonderheide with the City of Jasper, Mayor Denny Spinner with the City of Huntingburg, Tom Thacker, Holland Town Board, myself, Ken Sicard with the Ferdinand Town Board, Brett Eckert with the Birdseye Town Board, and our commissioners of Dubois County and Chad Blessinger signed off. Our proclamation reads as follows. Whereas Dubois County has experienced an increase of COVID-19 infections in recent weeks, with the spread growing exponentially. The alarming growth of cases threatens the gains Dubois County earned in the early fight against the spread of COVID-19. Whereas if the trajectory of new infections continues to grow at the current rate, there will be devastating effects of COVID-19 on our local economy and society. Whereas with schools resuming in August, our community must do more to contain the spread of COVID-19 in Dubois County in order to safely return our students to the classroom. Without adequate community cooperation in place, we cannot protect the youngest and most vulnerable citizens. Whereas the time for voluntary measures is quickly closing unless our community can stem the rate of the COVID-19 spread. Without responsible commitment from the public, more drastic measures, including renewed stay-at-home orders or a mask mandate, will be considered to contain the dangerous spread of the pandemic, causing more economic and societal hardships. Whereas the overwhelming consensus among epidemiologists is the widespread use of face masks is necessary to prevent more rapid spread of COVID-19 and thereby necessary for the safety and health of citizens, residents, and visitors to Dubois County. Whereas the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, known as the CDC, recommends that members of the public when they need to interact with others outside the home, especially in indoor settings, should cover the mouth and nose to prevent inadvertently spreading COVID-19. Whereas the Dubois County Health Department, through the County Health Officer, Dr. Ted Waffler, declares this action vital to public health and well-being. Now, therefore, effective immediately and remaining effective until the expiration or termination of the governor's declaration of public health emergency for the COVID-19 pandemic, a face mask in public is recommended. All individuals are encouraged to wear a face mask covering when they need to interact with others outside of the home, especially in an indoor setting. A face mask should cover the mouth and nose to prevent inadvertently spreading COVID-19. Exceptions to these recommendations are set forth on Exhibit A. Exhibit A states, this recommendation does not apply to individuals who are unable to wear a face covering for a physical, medical, or health-related reason, including those who are hearing or speaking impaired and for whom a face covering is an obstacle to communication, are alone in a room in a public building, have a job for which wearing a mask presents a safety risk, are incarcerated, are seated at a restaurant, bar, or other establishment that serves food and or drink while they are eating or drinking. However, individuals should wear face coverings in restaurants or bars in all other situations, or are experiencing an emergency situation in which they lack the time or means to put on a face covering. This is our joint proclamation that has been signed by all the municipal officials and our commissioner. I'll now turn it over to Commissioner Blessinger.
Thank you, Ken. Everyone, my name is Chad Blessinger. I'm the president of the Dubois County Board of Commissioners. To give us the best chance of keeping the most people in our community safe, the commissioners support all community members wearing a mask when social distancing is not possible. I myself can do better, and I ask that all others in Dubois County do better as well. We encourage everyone to mask up for the benefit of all of our residents. Thank you.
All right, this is Ken Seacard again. We have been told that if we wear masks, we maintain our 6 foot of distance with those we interact with, and we keep washing our hands, this will help slow the virus spread. As we begin to ease the restrictions, I, like most of you, relaxed a bit too much. Due to this, the virus has renewed its attack upon our lifestyle. We need everyone to work together so that we can slow the spread of the COVID-19 virus. We need to start with ourselves and then encourage others to follow the given guidelines to a healthier life that we all want. Please wear your mask as you go out. Make it a part of your habits, just like buckling up before you leave home. Mayor Spinner.
Thank you, Ken. This is Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner. As we all became aware of the COVID-19 pandemic, Dubois County was united in launching the Together We Thrive campaign. And those here today worked together in May as the part of the Reopen Dubois County Task Force to develop suggestions and recommendations for reopening our business and industry, all following the state's announced plan to reopen the state economy. As Dubois County responds every time there is a community need, you all joined us in the suggested safeguards, including the wearing of masks, and the number of reported cases locally remained under control. In the past week, however, as our health officials have just shared with us today, those numbers have caused concern for all of us. So today, again, we ask you to join with us and with your neighbors in taking the steps necessary to reduce the risk here in Dubois County. We urge you to follow the recommendations that are set forth in this proclamation and to practice social distancing and to wear a mask. I believe that we all can take this step and avoid the mandatory measures that many other communities in our state have already put in place. Here's Mayor Dean Vonderheit of Jasper.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, we all receive calls to express concerns for the health and safety of loved ones. And these people understand that they may not be a high risk themselves, but that the virus can be transferred from healthy individuals with no symptoms and carry that virus and infect their loved ones who are more vulnerable. Don't be that person that is so self-centered you're willing to risk the lives of others. Please protect the other members of our community by doing your part. Embrace our personal and social responsibility to mask up. We're in this together and can make a difference by committing to the protection of others through our actions. We want to avoid unnecessary suffering and death because we can. Please do your part. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Waffler.
Thank you, Mayor. This is Dr. Ted Waffler, the Dubois County Health Officer. I want to thank everyone for being here. We at the Dubois County Health Department have worked tirelessly to prevent the spread of COVID-19. In spite of our efforts, the virus is beginning to spread rapidly in our county. Our positive cases are increasing at an alarming rate. Our community leaders have just presented an excellent proclamation, which I hope and pray everyone will take seriously and follow. Wearing masks and social distancing has been studied and shown to be effective. I truly believe we can slow the spread if all our Dubois County residents do their best to follow these guidelines. I believe that we can continue to reopen and be an active community if we make these few minor sacrifices of wearing masks and social distancing. This isn't about human rights. We are asking you to do this out of concern for others, especially the more vulnerable of our friends and neighbors. We do not want to require friends and neighbors to wear masks or to step back to an earlier phase of the reopening. The proclamation states that what we need to do to avoid going backwards. Please do this for our county. Working together, we will defeat this virus. Thank you all for listening and doing your part. Together we will get through this. I'm now going to turn it over to Tammy Humbert.
Thank you, Dr. Waffler. I just have a brief statement and want to remind everyone, if you are sick, stay home. But I also want to tell you that if you have been tested for COVID-19, to please stay at home as well until you receive your results, just in case your result does come back positive. That way, you're not infecting others, not knowing that you are. Thank you.
This is Sean with the Dubois County Health Department. Once again, we are asking all Dubois County residents and businesses to please do the right thing and start wearing your masks and social distancing. No matter what your beliefs are, do it for your mother, or do it for the mother and father you just passed at the store who have the newborn baby at home, or the grandmother or grandfather that mean the world to you. Do it for the coworker standing next to you who might have underlying health conditions, and do it for your kids who are the light of your world. Most of all, do it for yourself, so you can honestly say that I've done my part to help slow the spread in Dubois County. We will get through this with all